In my struggles as a recovering procrastinator, I've discovered one simple lesson, and it's this. You can look extremely productive while not producing much of anything. Maybe you've been there. I've certainly been there. Maybe you're there right now. And I want to share 5 subconscious thoughts that we have that often keep us procrastinating. Now, this is the first in a multi part series on coaching and how to coach yourself to get unstuck when you just can't figure out how to push past that thing that's keeping you from what you really want. And all of these ideas come from the book Life Coaching for Successful Women that I wrote. So when it comes to putting off a task that feels difficult, a lot of times it's our counterproductive thoughts that are sabotaging our success. And a lot of times those thoughts aren't really conscious. They're just things we're saying beneath the surface. So I want to share these 5 because whatever that thing is you're procrastinating on right now, I wonder if one of these is in play. All right. The first is simply, I like things just the way they are. Now, sometimes we think we want something more, or others have told us that something should be different, but we don't really feel that way. Perhaps you haven't actually acknowledged you don't feel that way, but you're comfortable and you don't feel like changing. So you say you're going to do something and you just don't move forward. The second thought is that tackling the project at hand is too complicated. When there are multiple steps, when it feels overwhelming, and we don't break it down into small enough steps to take action on, we literally can feel so overwhelmed that we just become paralyzed and we don't move forward at all. So that means you need to stop, break it down into the next best step, and just focus on that. The third thought is I don't really think I deserve what it is that I want. So if you don't think you deserve, for example, to get that new promotion or job or the new client, or you don't really think you deserve whatever you fill in the blank that thing is, deep down, you're not going to move towards it because you don't think it's really yours to have. And so it's really important to notice, is that getting in the way? Is some of your insecurity getting in the way? The fourth is, I don't really think it can happen. And you know what? If you don't think something's going to happen, why waste your time doing it? And so if you don't believe in the possibility of getting to the goal, whether the goal is finally clearing out your storage area in your garage or your basement or that closet, or something much bigger, if you don't think it can happen, you're going to keep procrastinating because what's the point? And then number 5, I'm afraid, I'm afraid, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what others will think, what they'll say, or what they'll do. And so fear, when it gets in the way, will keep us procrastinating. A lot of times that procrastination is about perfection. It is about us wanting everybody to be on board with whatever it is we're doing. And sometimes they're just not. And so you have to get comfortable with that and move forward the way you know you need to. So procrastination isn't always just about us not feeling like doing things. You might beat yourself up, tell yourself you're being lazy. A lot of times it's other things. It's those subconscious thoughts we are telling ourselves. So which one of these is you? Is it, I like things just the way they are? Is it that tackling the project has just become too complicated? Is it that you don't think you deserve what it is that you want? That you don't think it can happen? Or that you're afraid of what others will think, say, or do? Coaching is powerful when you stop and ask yourself the right questions and notice what's going on beneath the surface. And if you've ever considered coaching, gaining that skill not only for yourself, but for others, as a leader, perhaps in a business of your own, even as a parent. If you've ever thought about it, I want you to check out the Coach Training Intensive. We have one coming up. It's live and virtual through the CAP Institute. Just go to capinstitute.com and check it out. But until then, I'm going to ask you to do something very simple. Take that next step. Quit procrastinating and start noticing the thoughts that are sabotaging you when it's time to move forward.